As the Ford government moves forward with plans to deliver more medical procedures and surgeries at private for-profit clinics, a healthcare advocacy group is holding a province-wide vote. The question on the ballot: do you want our public hospital services to be privatized?
1 million votes!
1 million votes, that's what healthcare advocates say is needed to send a strong message to the Ford government.
We need to make it so clear that it's impossible for this government to ignore. They know they have no mandate to do this. It's now up to us to make it politically impossible for them to go forward. If we don't, they are going to privatize the hospitals.
The government says Bill 60 will eliminate the surgical backlog and reduce wait times by allowing more private, for-profit clinics to offer publicly funded surgeries and procedures, and it will not lead to patients paying out of pocket. But the Ontario Health Coalition says existing operating rooms inside public hospitals aren't currently being used at capacity.
The vast majority of the operating rooms are closed every evening. The Ford government is actually doing nothing to expand operating room time to deal with the backlog in the public hospitals. The question for them is, why not? Why not? Because the plan is to privatize. That's the end goal here, and everything else is just window dressing to cover for it.
A spokesperson for the Minister of Health tells us they have invested $880 million in hospitals since the start of the pandemic, funding they say can be used to increase evening and weekend hours in the operating room. But staffing shortages are another huge barrier to expanding OR time.
This government is hell-bent on destroying our healthcare systems.
How big a difference do you feel a referendum like this will make?
I think, the Ford government thinks that they can just run roughshod. I think this is a way to give people an outlet for expressing that anger.
Seeing how that's been taken away from the public, forcibly taken away because they're not getting their say in this. They're not getting their opportunity to voice their opinions.
In addition to online voting, 1,000 polling stations will be set up across Ontario for the unofficial referendum on May 26th and 27th.
And we're going to have tables at several of our sites at the end of May to engage people in being part of the decision.
The Ministry of Health tells us they've had 41 deputations and more than 400 written submissions on Bill 60.
The final vote on Bill 60 will take place Monday at Queen's Park. Advocates here tell us they'll be filling the galleries in the legislature in protest. For City News, I'm Yazdani.